Hello everyone and welcome to Gierok Farms. In today's video we're going to be chopping corn silage. We have to top off this small pile here in the yard. We already started pulling it apart. We got to grease the chopper boxes. Dad's hooking the 3-point blade up to the Oliver right now, and shortly here we'll start in with chopping. Depending on how well this goes today, we might end up moving to our big pile, so it could be a really jam-packed productive day. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoy the video. Okay, the chopper has left the yard. Dad has probably already made half a pass down there. Mason just greased and oiled this. We just finished opening up the pile as well, so we better get down there and keep that chopper moving. Mason's over in the other shed with the 686 grabbing the other chopper box, so things are underway. Dad's giving me some extra time to get started on the pile. He's going and trying to pick up all the corn he ran over now that he's got enough room to do that. Mason, he's in the 7510 mowing off our last hay field for the year, and that's going to end up going on the big pile. Owen, he's back in the yard feeding up in the barn, and then he'll be on the pile helping me. But I'm going to take some time quick because we got 2 empty boxes now and grease this last one so we don't have to think about that for a while. Okay, Dad and I are switching off. He's gonna manage the pile and I'm gonna get acquainted with the chopper. We're not quite done with all the end rows. He made it sound like one more pass around the field and we should have the end rows off. So we'll see once we're down there. Let's do our best to keep this chopper moving. Okay, we are cruising here now in the chopper. We're running at 2.6 miles an hour. Shortly we'll be bumping her up closer to 3 once we get in the B range when we're a bit more comfortable here. And we're running a strong 4 for our inoculant for our treatment to help prevent mold in the silage and help it keep nice in the pile. Mason, he's making really good progress in this field next to me. He's already probably got about half of it cut. He split it in half, so he didn't have to go all the way from one end of the field to the other. He could shorten up his turns. We're gonna get to the corner straight across from me here, and then we'll swap out wagons over there. The first load went good. I'm gonna throw you guys up on the chopper. Hope you enjoy the ride. Okay, now in B1 we're moving 3.1 mile an hour. On this side of the field, the upper side, the corn's really good. It's yielding well, considering all the water that was down here and the excessive amount of rain and the leaching. But then on the other side of the field, I'm able to move in B2 because it's not yielding as well, which sucks, but at least then we're able to move a bit faster, push the chopper a bit harder. Also, when I'm loading these boxes, I'm trying to load them even. I try to keep some in the front so that it's not heavy on the back end or the front of the box. It's even the whole way. Mason, he's making real good progress up there. He's just about done up there, which will time out really good because the hope is that shortly here we'll have enough loads to be done with the pile in the yard and we can get that covered at a good time today and move on to the big pile. That's the goal, is to get started on the big pile and be efficient as possible when we have plenty of labor here. Filming this on September 8th, I believe. It's a Sunday, so both my brothers are home. Obviously I'm here, Dad's here. We got a good crew, so we might as well take advantage of it. update, we are to the short rows of the field where we got a little triangle here on this end. So the last wagon, I did a lot of looping around here on these really short rows, and I'll probably have to do it a couple more times here. I haven't seen the pile in the yard, but I'm guessing they're probably getting there. So it's probably better that I don't fill them too full so that they can get up on there with the last couple loads without too much trouble. You can see what this is all about. A lot of turning around here. So then I come back up to the far point of the triangle here on the corner, and then make a nice wide turn and come back down again. To the left there, you can see some of those really short rows. So I did a lot of turning around on that last wagon, but it's probably a good time for me to be messing around, because I'm willing to bet that they're messing around trying to chop that pile off. Well, I got time. I figured I'd top off our inoculant here. We probably got enough room to put the rest of the bag in. Getting out to put inoculant in or hooking up kind of gives me a chance to glance at the chopper. Can't see every chain and bearing, but you can still see some of them. Getting out and checking things every once in a while could prevent a bigger problem. We do have one bearing on here that we're gonna need to replace, but we think we'll be fine for corn silage, at least the piles anyways. Dad plans to replace it when we move on to filling the silo. That way, after we replace it, we can make sure everything still works before first crop next year arrives. And just did some work to this machine, and if something ain't lined up right or locked down in place, then we'll know about it before it's crunch time during first crop next year. But everything has been running smooth so far today. As for the chopper and the 7810, 7405, it's still grounding out somewhere when it comes to the PTO. I blew 2 fuses for that. Instead of a 10 amp, I put a 15 amp in there. So hopefully that goes okay and Dad doesn't have any issues with that. Watched our day opening up this cornfield, you know that we plugged the spout on this. We haven't had that issue. We think a lot of it was just due to that hay built up from third crop. So fingers crossed that that doesn't happen again, and it shouldn't. Corn silage really cleans out and lubricates a chopper. Moral of the story, everything's running smooth, so we're gonna keep plugging away. Also, while I had some time, I want to remind you guys that if you haven't already, to like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot and it's free. And if you want to support us even more, go check out our website, GierokFarms.com. We got some new merch. We got some t-shirts and sweatshirts on the way. So go check us out at GierokFarms.com. Sounds good. So then once we're done here, we'll just park this thing, go up there, help them cover that pile, so then it can start fermenting and be sealed nice for this fall/early winter feed. So I'll check back in with you guys once we're headed back to the yard. Back to the yard. Mason picked me up. This wagon we'll probably just leave down here somewhere next to the big pile. It's time to go finish that little pile and tear apart the big one. Just about done prepping the pile, the cover. I got some more tires staged. Got a bucket full of gravel staged. Dad's cleaning up around the edges with a fork, but we're just about done here. And soon it'll be time to put all this back together. You can pull it that way a little, Owen. A little more. Right there.
Mariska, come here. Mariska. Mariska, come here. Hey, big hippo.
All right, we got the pile covered and we still have plenty of time left in the day. So we're gonna move down to the other pile, but I think I'll make a different video for that one, being this one's getting kind of long. So thank you all for sticking to the end. I really appreciate it. Leave some comments down below what you thought of it, and stay tuned for the rest of corn silage.